How does it feel to be in bed with me?
Very comfortable.
Very good. Hi guys, it's Rihanna. Welcome back. And today's video is episode 7 of In Bed With. Today's guest is Vegan Margarita. Hi Margarita.
Hey.
Welcome to the channel.
It's very... I never know how to answer to welcome.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, you could
thanks.
say... Yeah, thanks, yeah. So what brings you up to Yorkshire?
Originally we wanted to go to Manchester Peak Safe because I've never been. That was the first experience for me of that kind. I went to Ramsgate Live Exports of sheep back in October with Ali Tabrizi, the friendly activist, to film basically sheep being exported to France to halal slaughter. Because before that, I've never actually interacted with animals like that. So yeah, I decided that it's going to be very important for me to see how it's actually happening, because I wanted to go see the slaughterhouse back in Russia where I'm from, but it didn't happen because they wouldn't let us to see. So yeah, that, and also visit you guys, meet you guys. Yeah, it was amazing.
Could you tell the viewers a little bit about maybe your channel, so like the kinds of videos you make?
Yeah, well, to be honest, when I just started my YouTube channel back in autumn, I think I was making videos more for myself and my own understanding of veganism, because I've only become vegan in January 2015, so it's been like 16 months or something. And even though I'm studying journalism now, and it puts like a little bit more pressure on me, because I know that I need to think more about the audience when I'm making content.
Sure.
But initially when I started, I was just talking to my notebook or to the camera, trying to understand myself and comprehend myself, the whole new reality I was in. And also it was... with the time I moved to London from Moscow to study, so I met a lot of new friends, vegan activists, and that inspired me as well. And my first few videos were basically me filming demonstrations in London, or again live expos. And then I slowly started making my opinion videos. But now I understand that I need to be more like strategic and tactical about this. I kind of anticipated Russian audience to know all the basic educational information about veganism already, but I now understand how important it is to translate English-speaking videos and content, as well as making my own educational content.
Definitely, yeah.
Because not everyone actually knows the difference between veganism and vegetarianism.
Yeah, really simple things. You assume that everybody understands it.
Yeah, so I think my channel will become more of like an educational platform in Russian language, obviously, and hopefully some vlogs and other stuff like that. Yeah, we'll see.
Здравствуйте, мы находимся сегодня в Москве в парке Горького, и мы узнаем у проходящих мимо людей, каких животных они больше всего любят есть. Животных вы больше всего любите есть?
У меня 2 кота, но я их не ем.
Вы не едите животных?
Нет.
Есть? Да.
Никаких.
Нет. Вы не едите животных?
Нет.
Спасибо.
Я не ем животных.
О, спасибо.
That's awesome though, because I remember we were talking yesterday that there's many English-speaking vegan YouTubers, but you're really special because you can speak to like this entire country and all these speakers that I can't speak to, like lots of us can't talk to, but you can engage with them and you can connect with them.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, there are different opinions on this topic. For example, there is a guy, Caesar, back in London. He has a YouTube channel called Vegan Speak, and he's amazing. He does street interviews as well, but he's from South America.
Is Peruvian?
Yeah. Is it South America?
Yeah.
I hope
Peru,
so.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
Yeah, and I asked him why he wouldn't make videos in his own language, which he does, but not as much as in English.
Okay.
And his opinion on it is that it is easier and it's more important to bring veganism in one country first, so
Okay.
then it exports to other countries.
Okay.
So he wants England to be the first country to
Go
become
vegan.
vegan. Yeah, to go vegan, because obviously I think that like Russia, for instance, it is inspired, like people, young generation in Russia is inspired by teenagers in England or
Okay,
Europe,
yeah.
America sometimes. So it makes sense, but I just realized that there are so many English-speaking YouTubers already,
Yeah,
and
there
they're
are.
so good. So I will make more use of myself trying to convey a message in Russian.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically...
It's interesting that Cesar said that, because I can understand what he's saying, but then I think actually I disagree with him. Sorry if he's watching, just because I think if you're lucky enough to have good command of more than just English, like I don't, I only speak English, then really utilize that, because I mean you can still do videos in English if you want. It doesn't stop you from making videos in English, right?
Yeah.
So I'd say do both, because I think you said yesterday when you're looking at your YouTube demographics, like pretty much your entire audience is Russian. Yeah.
It is Russia, but also have some English-speaking viewers.
Okay.
And they ask me to put subtitles on my videos.
That's time-consuming, I guess. Yeah.
It is not really, because I type pretty fast but in both languages. But I basically do it for my English-speaking friends and for a couple of people who watch me in English. And I'm really, is it flattered?
Yeah, flattered, yeah.
Flattered, because even though I speak Russian and they have to actually read underneath, they still watch it. And it's just nice to hear.
They're interested in your point of view. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I've never been to any live export demonstrations or anything like that. So what was that like?
Well, because it was my first experience as well. I couldn't sleep the night before, and I had to travel from London to Ramsgate, which is more than 2 hours in a train.
Okay.
And I was trying to mentally prepare myself for like a week maybe before that, when I realized that I was going. And I became friends with Ali not so far away from that happening.
Okay, so okay.
So I was a bit not uncomfortable, but I didn't feel really sure of myself and what was happening around me. I was just a little bit confused. And because he was already a YouTube activist, he showed me how to better film myself and what to film, and we spoke about this a little bit. But the thing is, when the track came, it was so quickly.
Okay.
I couldn't really comprehend, because I think my initial reason to go in there was to connect emotionally with what is actually going on, because you can watch documentaries and you can read lots of stuff, you can watch other people's videos, but personally for me, until I put myself in a situation where it was actually happening in my own reality, it was still a little bit unreal for me. So this is why I decided to do that. And because it happened so quickly, I just didn't have time to fully comprehend. Because I was running behind the truck trying to film the sheep inside, and then it just gone, and you just left there standing with your own kind of lack of emotional reaction.
So the truck doesn't stop for you to look inside or anything like that?
It doesn't stop.
No.
It used to stop before, but they change it all the time. So
Okay.
sometimes they stop, sometimes they don't.
Okay.
And I remember myself coming back to London and asking myself all the time why I didn't feel emotional. Why I was so, not blunt, but I was kind of indifferent. I was looking, it was as if I was looking through the screen of my camera, trying to capture it, but not actually
being there
and living it myself. So basically now, 7-8 months later, I came here to Manchester to Pig Safe, which was personally really important for me, because I've been to animal sanctuaries several times, and I've already connected to animals as individuals, but I've never heard someone being slaughtered and all these horrible noises and all those disgusting smells. So this time everything was so much more real because it was during like hours being there, just taking it in, and I feel like it gives you so much more. I don't even know how to say it because you already know what's going on, but it's just motivation. I don't think motivation is the right word. It just kind of sets you up in a way that when you talk to your relatives after that or your friends, you don't necessarily have to try to make a point. They just look at you and they just feel it in your eyes.
It changes you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But you were saying, I think it was yesterday that you'd gone vegan for more logical reasons.
Yeah, logical, and also I used to have an eating disorder. So I can't say I've discovered veganism through Freely, but I was a vegetarian for a year before.
Oh, okay.
So it was both for logical reasons and to like cure my eating disorder. And I went vegan on the 1st of January 2015.
Okay, it's a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, which is kind of, I don't know.
But you stuck to it though.
Yeah. I just feel like it's stupid to wait for the 1st of January to commit to veganism. Like, I would never
recommend it.
But I was in Berlin and I was really sick of all the cafes. I mean, I now know that Berlin is very vegan friendly.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, but by like that time I was with my father and my sister, and my father is like huge meat eater, and everywhere we went, I was trying to explain, please don't put, because when I was vegetarian, I was not a huge dairy eater, or I didn't really like eggs, but I just couldn't commit. So this 1st of January was just a time of me being like, stop fucking about, just do it.
Yeah. That's cool though.
Yeah.
Okay, so a bit of a change of topic now. I make videos on my other channel about periods and stuff.
Yeah.
So what do you use on your period?
Well, like personally, this is kind of a sensitive topic.
There is a cloth pad option. So it's like a fabric sanitary pad.
Yeah.
And then you wash it.
Oh really?
Yeah. So you don't have to use a cup. Because I remember before I discovered cups and cloth pads, I never used tampons. Like, I didn't like them.
Yeah.
And I never liked the idea of like inserting something.
Yeah, it just makes me freak out.
And I'll show you. I'll show you what they look like. But they're really pretty, and they come in like all different like shapes and sizes and colours. And
whoa.
Yeah. So these are some of the ones I use. So this one. These are Panty Liners. So I use these like daily. Or if you use a cup, you use them with a cup. But these are just all different kinds of pads. So these are just like smaller ones, and they come in like really cool like fabrics.
Do they wash off really easily?
Yeah, so you just have to like learn what to do to get the stains out. But I've done like videos on my channel about it. It's really easy. But you need just like enough to like get you through a period. Yeah. And then like you never have to buy stuff from the shop again. Like you just reuse them. But this is like a much bigger one for overnight time. Yeah. But they come in all different shapes and sizes, and you can get them to like suit your personality. Okay. So like Popeye and Frida Kahlo and like farm prints and cats and foxes. Yeah.
I have a little sister. She's like 18 years old.
Oh, okay.
So she's 4 years younger than me. And she's calling me, telling me how she uses tampons, and I'm like, no. Just makes me, I don't know. I never like psychologically really.
I never like using them, but I think for me, I didn't like the idea firstly of like inserting them, but then I also
taking them out.
Yeah, because it's kind of painful to remove them. It can be like kind of painful because they dry you out, so they absorb all of your blood, but then they also absorb all of the like good liquid in your vagina, and they alter the pH imbalance inside, so they're really, really bad for you. Whereas I know you don't like cups, but I've got one here. Whereas a cup only like absorbs it. Yeah. So it doesn't absorb it. Sorry, it only collects it. Yeah. Which means it doesn't alter the pH balance at all. Yeah. It just collects it, and then you take it out and you tip it out.
Well, to be honest, I really like the idea of those cups, but I've never realized how you like. In a shopping centre or in university, like you have to be very, very careful with it when you
you can get them in, so that's like the size 1, so they come in different sizes, so it sort of depends. If you have like a light to moderate period, which is what I do, then like for me, I can wear this from like the morning until like the evening when I come home and shower, and then I actually remove it in the shower and empty in the shower.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then I put a pad on for nighttime. So I only really use cups through the day. You can use them at night, it's fine, but you only really have to worry about changing them like at university or if you're really quite heavy. Yeah. So really heavy, like I'm talking like super heavy period, because I think sometimes we imagine that we bleed a lot more than we do. And I know when I first started using a cup, I was really surprised at how like little blood there was in a day. Like I never fill it. Like I never, but that's just me. But if you do have a heavier period, you can get like a bigger one. That like this is, for example, up to this line, it's 15 mils. But yeah, if you don't like the idea of a cup, then these are great. And then when you take them off when you're at uni, you literally just fold them into each other like that. Yeah. And then you have a little bag that you pop them in, and then you just put a clean one on, and like you just have to deal with it when you get home. So it's really discreet.
It's the same thing with like as plastic bottles. Like I understand that it's much more environmentally friendly to use reusable bottles. Yeah.
I don't know, for me, like I know not all vegans like think about this, but for me, like thinking about like how to deal with my period and like ways in which I can be more environmentally friendly, it's like a second step for being vegan. It's like
definitely. It's not a step for being vegan. It's a step for being like more decent person, kind of like not just being responsible for the planet we live on. Because I feel personally responsible and kind of guilty using those things that are just like not reusable.
Yeah, because you have to chuck. I used to use them too. Like I used them for years and years, but I didn't know that I had another choice. Yeah. And that's why, like, when I realised and I started using these, like, these are so much more comfortable. Like, you know, when you're using a disposable pad, you get that, like, it feels like plastic. Yeah. Because it kind of is. Yeah. And it's, like, uncomfortable, and it can, like, rub you. Yeah. And you can get, like, a rash. And I don't know, like, I always felt very, like, aware that I was wearing it, when it made me kind of, like, think even more, like, oh, I'm on my period now. Yeah. Whereas, like, because these are fabric, they feel like your underwear.
Yeah, they actually... Yeah. I've never heard anything about this before.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'm glad I showed you that. Yeah. Do you think it would be something that you would, like, consider using?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's funny, like, when I show, like, different people these, like, the reaction is, like, one or the other. Like, sometimes people are like, oh, it's really interesting. Yeah. Or then sometimes people are like, well, that's really gross.
I'm just gonna at least try.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Well, I can send you some info.
Yeah, because honestly, in my opinion, tampons are, like, the most gross thing ever.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Well, it is kind of gross. Like, you insert it and then, like, you take it out. And I think some people who, like, don't like the idea of, like, these or cups, they say things along the lines of, I don't want to have to deal with, like, the blood. I don't want to see it.
I don't, like, in my opinion, personally, going vegan changed my whole perception of my own body and of everything that's going on inside it. Because I can understand when you consume lots of animal products and you smoke and you drink alcohol. Yeah. Everything that is in you is, like, not very clean.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
But when you eat relatively good food, vegan food, and you don't really abuse drugs or alcohol, in my personal opinion, like, I have no problem with what is inside.
Yeah, because it's like it's clean. Like what's coming out is clean because what you're putting in is clean.
Yeah, and it's all natural, and you're not adding anything that's gonna make it worse.
Yeah.
So it's just psychological. This is why I feel like going vegan is also so important for women's self-esteem and kind of being closer to their own, like, feminine nature. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. That's something I haven't, like, talked about in videos before. So did you feel then when you first went vegan you kind of connected to that?
Yeah, and also I feel like I became a lot more calmer.
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like, I don't know, just growing up we have all these different ideas of what is femininity and masculinity.
Yeah, definitely.
And in my culture, I'm from Russia, things are a little bit patriarchal still. So a lot of girls, they have this pressure of different ideas about what real femininity is. Okay. But it usually comes down to being, like, submissive and not really trying to, I don't know, like going vegan just made me realize that every good quality people think like and deeply know to be masculine or feminine is basically to do with caring about others and trying to contribute, but probably like in a slightly different way. And what is the best way to do that rather than to like actually care about animals, planets, other people?
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I feel like people they buy a lot of products that is saying them that it's gonna make them either masculine or feminine.
Yeah.
But it is such on a surface level because people are probably a little bit lost and they don't really understand what those words mean.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And also I think, you know, there are definitely certain adjectives that we associate with being a masculine person or being a feminine person, when actually you can have a feminine guy who isn't weak and who, you know, can be a strong person. And, you know, these stereotypes of, oh, if a guy cries, then he's like a pussy.
Yeah.
And it's strange where that comes from.
Yeah, I've realized that those terms are hugely used to manipulate people into doing something that they probably don't really want to. So, yeah, but just being a decent person without all those labels makes much more sense.
Yeah, be you and be vegan.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that draws us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for being in bed with me and for chatting and being on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. This house is amazing. I've had the best time, honestly.
You're always welcome.
Yeah.
Please come back soon. Okay, thanks, guys. See you in the next one. Love and light.
Making a point and they think they're being smart, that's when I'm more inclined to get hooked and say, you're not smart, you know. You think this is the most intelligent thing ever, and it's really not.
It's not possible. There's nowhere for it to go. Your vagina, and this is a fact, is not a bottomless pit. And the reason I can say this so confidently is because